Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 9 of Danganronpa. So, if you were here with us last time, our good friend Sakura unfortunately was killed. But the interesting thing about her death is it was a closed room murder, as in the door was locked, it was barricaded. We had to break our way to get into the scene of the crime. So today we will be investigating that murder, trying to figure out who did it, and more interestingly, how they did it. How did they manage to lock the door and keep her killed? So let's go ahead and get started, and let's investigate this scene. So this looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
That's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Oh, poor Hina. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. Are you eating them all in your depression there? I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Poor Hina. Alright, so we got the polka dot candy wrapper added to our truth bullet section. So we'll be able to use that maybe for the battle. What is this? It looks like glass. Okay, there are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. Shards of glass. I wonder what from. Looks like a bottle. The glass is all red, and there are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? Yeah. So this must have originally been a bottle. Alright, so we got the glass shards on the floor truth bullet now. Wonder what was in it. Maybe poison. And poisons were unlocked in the new area after the last murder. So they made a big deal about it when they found their protein powder. So I wonder if that might be what it was. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. And it's Monokuma with a chest piece. It's a Monokuma figure. Interesting. Wonder what that's from. Alright, so there is some blood over here. Oh, I see a bottle on the shelf. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Okay, we got the magazine shelf bloodstain truth bullet. So these bottles right here, that looks like the same bottle. Ah, and it has the chest piece inside. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles. Yeah, I always wonder that about ships in a bottle. I guess they have to build it inside. So we got a pawn, a rook, a bishop, and I can never tell the difference between a king and a queen, but one of those. Alright.
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Okay, so that's what I was wondering about. Maybe she'll explain it. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
in other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Alright, so we got the Monokuma bottle. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that, so I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Alright, so we should look at the Monokuma file. It'll state what the cause of death was. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Unless that blood stain is when she vomited the blood, I wonder. Let's see if we find anything on her body. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Alright, status of Sakura's body has been added to our truth bullets. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Probably not. I still think it's poison. Not a chance. Vyakia.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. I agree with that. Let's see, what is this?
What the heck?
Hina. We already know who did it. Vyakia, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Alright, so we got Aoi's account. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Alright, let's look at these books over here. Or it looks like a magazine rack. That same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Okay, we looked at all that. We talked to Hina. Still can't see the time on the clock, conveniently. Oh, it's around 1 o'clock now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? Alright, what do we have over here? That looks like chemicals. Oh, it's a protein shake bottle. Okay, there's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. She did. She really did. Her and Hina both. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. Like, I feel like Chem A2 sounds like a poison thing, not something that you would have on a protein shaker bottle, but that reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Yeah, it sort of looks like glass. Shards of light blue glass. They must be part of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Right, which means they had to already be there, right? Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. Yeah, so obviously the glass had to get there and then the protein bottle. Somehow. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Alright, so we have the empty protein drink added to our truth bullets now. Alright. Besides talking to Kyoko and Byakuya, we got a chair we can look at. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence of any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Okay, let's talk to Kyoko first.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Alright, what does Byakuya have to say?
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Miyaka says he didn't go to see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. I hate this guy. Okay, thanks. He's such a jerk. So full of himself. So we have Byakuya's account added to our truth bullets. Is there anything else in here? I think I've explored everything else, right? Well, I haven't looked at this cabinet yet. What's in this cabinet? This locker. Huh? The locker's open, and there on the inside, uh-oh, it's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hidden here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Uh-huh. Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then what does this handprint mean? Alright, so we got the locker handprint added to our truth bullets. Alright, what else do we got? I think that's everything. It looks like everything. Can we leave the room? I need to... Okay, so we haven't examined everything yet. What are we missing? We got the chair. Can we examine the door? Maybe we have to look at the door. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window. Yeah, that bottom right-hand pane there. Which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. And that kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked room from the inside, not from the outside. Okay, so the rec room door has been added to the truth bullet section of our handbook.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then?
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Alright, so now we can leave. We need to find Toko and... was it Hiro? Probably in their rooms. So let's see. Kyoko, he's dead. That's us. Mondo is dead. Byakuya already talked to. Saik is dead. Junko is dead. Toko. Let's see. I press the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds...
Who's there?
Okay. The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? Yes, you did. I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Not sure if I believe her, cause she's the whole being sick of Genocide Jack thing, that's kind of new. Like, she hasn't said that before, so it makes me wonder. I think, yeah, okay, so it is Hiro. Let's see if he's at home. Alright, so press the doorbell, and after a few seconds...
You know?
Well, what's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be...
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. I agree, it's very sus. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually...
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? That looks familiar.
Huh? What?
That looks very familiar. Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Yeah, I am almost positive that was on the floor of the rec room. Alright, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Well, let's go to the chem lab because we literally just came from the rec room. So I want to see what the deal with the chem lab is. It's on, I forget. It's on the 3rd floor, I think. Maybe it's on the 4th floor. Data center, control. Okay, chem lab. Byakuya's already there, huh? Interesting. Alright. However, I think Hiro seems mighty guilty here. He's very suspicious. Of course, he's a very easily excitable person, too, so... Makoto, do you have your eye on the chem lab, too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. I'm not going to say sir to you. I'm sorry. You're like the same age as me. Alright. So let's look in the cabinet, I think. This isn't my first time seeing this shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. Oh, there's a chemical falling on the floor. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step on it. Looks like somebody already did. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. Okay. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. That guy, I swear. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. Well, yeah, I could have told you that, my guy. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? No.
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Okay, what is the powder that's spilled? It looks like poison. I see the little poison skeleton on it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled...
So in other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. So I wonder... Well, I don't know. I wonder what kind of poison or what kind of powder it is. It definitely looks like poison though. So let's take a peek at this area. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. And it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. And that's all I can tell for now. Alright, so we got the footprints in the powder, truth bullets now. Alright, what is in the left shelf then? Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. But why is there a poison on the shelf? Chem C9? All the containers are labeled with the letter A and a number, except for that one. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait! Right. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? Okay, well, what's in the C section? I bet it's poison. On this one look at this, and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. Right, look at all the poison skeletons. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. And then B is probably... So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suit you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter now. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Alright, so we got the Chem Lab shelf truth bullet. I've already taken a good look at the Chem Lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. So I think, yeah, I wonder if it was a powder as well. Okay, so we've already looked at everything here. Does Kyakkya have anything else to say? Makoto, I admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues, but you also need to learn how to make use of those clues. Okay, so nothing else here. So let's go back to the rec room now. That was where exactly? I don't think it's on this floor. Yeah, I think it's third floor? Physics, rec room. Alright. So let's go back to the rec room. That was right where? Oh, right there. Alright. In we go. And let's see what Kyoko has to say. So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So, along with Kyakkya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. Although Hiro slipped up, so I feel like he saw her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You do well to look over them one more time. Alright, so yeah, there's that handkerchief. So let's look at Sakura again. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but...
Hey.
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? Let's say nothing.
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. I still say she's the ultimate detective. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? That looks like the poison from the Chem Lab. Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. It's starting to come together a bit. I'm still not sure exactly how everything's played out, but we have the yellow powder truth bullet now.
Hey.
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Alright, so Kyoko's examination summary is now in our truth bullet section. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Alright, so what else did we have to look at? The bottles, the Monokuma bottles. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation. It looks like 2 are missing because of the spacing. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is? She must be getting tired of us. We're dumb as bricks.
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? She doesn't say anything. No answer! I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Alright, so yeah, I think it's the spacing. I think there's 2 missing. And we have pawn, rook, something, bishop, probably queen,
Hey.
and then the last one's probably king. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? Better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. Alright. And just as I finished up, is Kyoko back? Sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing? I wonder, are we going to like reconstruct the bottle? Maybe we have extra pieces to show that there's 2 bottles missing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Aha, that's smart. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Because if we have all the pieces, they should be almost identical in weight. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. Alright, so I bet you
Listen.
it's going to be heavier with the shards. First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. Okay, so they're about equal. It's balanced.
in other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, if it was 1 bottle, we would see about an equal weight. It might be slightly less on the shard side because maybe we didn't get all the pieces. Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter, exactly. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay then, let's give it a try. Yep, it's the opposite. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. So, it's either a different bottle, which not likely. It's probably parts of 2 bottles, because that's why she got hit on the head twice, why there seems to be 2 bottles missing, and why the shards are heavier. So, those 3 things added together makes me think that that's why the shards are heavier. And there was one more thing I needed to look at. Was it the magazine rack? Or was it the... Okay. So Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Maybe it has to do with what kind of magazines are on the shelf? Or, I mean, surely it's related to the bloodstain in front. Oh, one's upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. Alright, so what is it? I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. It says Toko. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
And then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Yeah, because I mean, the blood is right there. Somebody could have taken it and written... It doesn't have to have been Sakura. So we now have the magazine dying message in our truth bullets. Oh, sounds like it's time for the class trial to begin. I hope we got everything. Let's see how this... Oh, he's not even going to say anything?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Boo hiss.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
Can we skip it? Can we just get out of here?
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
Unfortunately.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
If I must.
See you soon.
That guy is too excited about all the murders, I swear. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Okay, so, is there anyone else waiting out here? Probably not. It's time to enter the red doors of doom, where somebody will die. Because otherwise, everybody will die. It's sad that this is the number of people left. Only 6 of us, and it's about to be 5 of us. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery!
what?
What the... Oh, I just recently discovered the power of emoticons! That guy. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. No, but he's right about that.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. Then you put that emoticon. And this is just plain creepy.
Well,
And how about the reverse?
phew.
No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example,
Hmm.
do you have 100 friends? He's right. That does make it seem sad.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Now then, please get on the elevator. So that looks like a confused face right there. I'll see you all down there. Alright. Kirby Copter, I think. Whoa, what was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. My friend Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet someone killed her. She was also like one of the best characters. I swear. She was so honorable. Even though she was the spy, she was still so full of honor. Like, I was so willing to forgive her for that because she was going to turn against it. And the person is here. That person is one of us? Alright, let's talk to the 3 suspects, right? I mean, I don't think it's either one of them two. Who do I think it is? I actually don't think it's Toko. Because I think she's being framed. It could be Hiro, because he's mighty sus, but he could also be being framed. And if that's the case, then it'd be Byakuya. I don't know.
Don't look at me!
I said it before, and I'll say it again. It wasn't me. But because I didn't do it, how many times do I have to tell you? The culprit is one of us. Make no mistake about that. I kind of hope it is Byakuya, just so his arrogant self can get booted out of the school. Maybe that's terrible. How can you just stand there and say you didn't do it without even breaking a sweat? And then clear-headed, calm, level-headed Kyoko.
Hey.
Standing around here isn't going to do any good. Let's get going. It's time. It's time, boys and girls. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. Man, it's like down from 15 down to 6. It's crazy. I felt it began its sinister descent. So down in the elevator we go. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clanking sounds. It used to be filled up, now it's so empty. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, ding! The ride was over. The doors opened once again, and now we're in the most horrible place ever. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really?
This is kind
That's
of
so
depressing.
few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we all ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seat. And then we got to have the portraits of our dead classmates around the circle. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. All right. Whew. Now, let's check our truth bullets. Make sure we know what all we got, because we won't be able to actually read them once we're in the class trial. Okay, so I read this one earlier, but the victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Alright, the rec room door. A chair had been jammed against the door within the rec room, blocking access from the outside. It is believed that the killer did this to create a locked room scenario, which we still don't know how he got out of. Alright, the status of Sakura's body. Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from when she vomited blood. However, there was no injury or indication as to why she would have vomited blood. Alright. The magazine shelf blood stain. A blood stain was found in front of the shelf of magazines. The blood is presumed to be Sakura's. There is currently no explanation for how a blood stain would have appeared so far away from where the victim was found. Alright, polka dot candy wrapper. That's what came out of Hiro's pocket, was the wrapper, I think. At one point, Aoi had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave a piece of candy to Sakura, which had this type of wrapper. According to Aoi, she had monopolized this candy as soon as it had become available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible. And I wonder how Hiro had a piece. Glass shards on the floor. There were pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. After finding the top and bottom pieces, it was concluded that the shards must have come from a bottle. And then the figure on the floor. A Monokuma figure was found laying on the rec room floor. It would fit roughly in the palm of your hand. The Monokuma bottles. There are a number of red bottles on a shelf in the rec room. Inside each bottle is a Monokuma figure. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles. Alright. Empty protein drink. An empty protein drink was found near the rec room door. The container had a label reading Chem A2. The shards of glass from the window that was broken to get into the room were found both around and underneath the container. Locker handprint. A fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open locker. Since the locker was open before they opened the locked room, there's no way someone was hiding in there before they arrived. Alright, Aoi's account. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro, asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's room door, which we have confirmed. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but also claimed that he never went to see her, and in fact had not seen her at all that day. I wonder if that might come back to bite him somehow. We'll have to see. Toko's account. Toko confirmed that she received Sakura's note, but also claimed she never went to see her. Alright, we got the pocket trash. A small bit of garbage accidentally fell out of Yasuhiro's pocket. It was a piece of paper with red polka dots on it. Yellow powder. The yellow powder was found on the instep of Sakura's foot. Kyoko's examination summary. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found on either of her hands. Alright, which means she couldn't have written the note. So, yeah, I think I was right about that. I don't think she wrote Toko. I think the killer wrote it to frame Toko. Monokuma bottle experiment. All of the Monokuma bottles appeared to be roughly the same weight. However, when the bottle shards were weighed against the intact bottle, the shards were found to be heavier. Alright, the magazine dying message. On the magazine shelf, one magazine had been put back upside down. Inside this magazine, Toko's name had been written in blood. It is assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so. Alright, Chem Lab shelf. On the shelf in the Chem Lab, Section A contains supplements, Section B contains reagents, and Section C contains harmful chemicals. A bottle of poison labeled as Section C had been placed in Section A of the shelf. Source of the powder. There was a broken bottle in front of the Chem Lab shelf, which was labeled Chem C4. The powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled after the incident took place. I don't know about that, because I think maybe the footsteps might be Sakura's. Alright, footprints in the powder. Someone had left footprints in the powder spilled in the Chem Lab. These footprints appeared only near the leftmost section of the shelf. from this, it can be assumed that the suspect only had business in this area. Plus, Sakura would have only gone to the chem shop. And the footprints were smaller than our feet. So I kind of feel like if it was some other, like, if it was Hiro or Byakuya's feet, I kind of feel like guys' feet are bigger. So I don't know. Maybe they have tiny feet, but I guess we'll see. Because we really don't have the information for that. Alright. So I think that's all of the truth bullets. Now let's see. Let's add our... increases the time limit for each phase. Effective during the class trial. Cool and composed. Steadies your aim a little. Effective during the non-stop debate in the Hangman's Gambit. Alright, we've got 2 more points. Do we have any new skills? We already got those. So that's it. So we're at 16 out of 18 and we've used all of our skills. Alright, I think we're done. So, time for the trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
dun dun dun,
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Translation, I have to redo it.
Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro.
She just wants to get rid of all 3 of them.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
She is not going to go easy on them for sure. Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer. Oh man, but if it wasn't, it'd be either Hina or Kyoko. I hope it's not either of those. She must have some reason for believing that. I hope it is one of those 3, because I like Hina and Kyoko. And I don't like the other 3. Alright, so Aoi's account. That was the one where the notes were getting slid under the door.
One of you killed Sakura.
Alright.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Let's see.
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Yeah.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Okay, so I'm not sure what to do with that one. Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those 3 specifically. I'm sure she mentioned it before.
It was one of you.
Okay, so let's see.
One of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low.
We'll have to go back
about
through
as
that
low
again.
as you can get.
Alright.
It was
Let's
one
do
of
it
one of
again.
you killed.
And what
I think it's
reason
gonna
do
Because
be
you
Heroes.
hated her.
Is that it?
We might have
That
to get
doesn't
that
make any
hated her
sense.
thing.
That's the only reason you have her.
That's low. That's about as low
We have
as you
to
can
slow that
get.
down.
It was
Alright.
one of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
No, that's wrong.
Okay. What other reason? Let's see.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. That does mean one of them did it? Or then does that mean one of them did it? I don't know. I hope so, but we'll see. Pocket trash. Okay, that was the candy wrapper that came out of Hiro's pocket.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
Come on. There's no way none of you, at least one of you, is lying.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. I should have hit space
The
instead.
fact that Sakura wanted to,
On
there's no
here,
way that
Hero's
one
the
of you
liar.
is.
I don't deny that she wanted to. I never went.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
He is absolutely lying
No, that's wrong.
because he had the same candy wrapper.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
That's the candy
What-
that Hina
What's that got to do with
confiscated.
anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
Yep, now you're seeing Hina.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy.
Yep.
So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
Exactly.
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Just admit it.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she
what?
gave it to me forever ago.
No.
It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When?
You're
When
lying.
did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is when Sakura got that candy, Hiro got the candy from Hina. Sakura loved candy too much to share. It's when Sakura got that candy.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office.
Right.
So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was,
Caught in a lie.
oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. Got a problem with that?
No, just the lying before
Why
that.
the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
Why would I believe you
You're
now?
acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
Both of
It's
them are
not just
going
normal
against
hostility!
each other.
You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Uh-oh.
Proof? What are you talking about?
It's going to be the Choco book?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Yup. What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was
Wow.
her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
Nope, it's
See?
not true.
See? Toko did it!
Wrong.
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
She
You
did.
just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Yeah, exactly.
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
You are not
But
smart
if you
enough to
recall,
put the magazine
Hina was
back.
very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
Yep,
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
you're a liar. Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message, it was on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it.
Yep.
I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
But I don't understand if Sakura did it, why would she close it up, put it back on the magazine rack? Then people might not even see it.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No. There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Alright, what do we got? What truth bullet? Magazine dying message. Alright, yeah, it was upside down in the magazine rack.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No?
And I can tell you when I found the dying message It was only after the investigation had begun.
Yep.
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Yep.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay, so I don't... He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body, but at the time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found the
We'll
dying
try this,
message.
but I think I might have to
when
get...
Ogre's body was discovered.
I might have to go... Okay, so I think I have to get...
Shoot!
I have to get...
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
Alright,
When
let
Ogre's
me look real fast to find out. I'm trying to figure out how to get the... I think it's if I right-click on another message to get... Okay. Oh, okay. Hold down left. Okay, so I gotta hold down left click. I think it's on Kyoko's message.
And I can tell you when I found the
I think
dying
it's on
message.
this next one.
It was only after the investigation had begun.
Okay, so
I found
then...
the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Oh, that one.
When I pulled it out,
There we go.
I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total
Maybe?
sense.
Maybe magazine shelf? Okay, so let's
I can
try
tell you
this.
exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the
Okay,
dying
so I
message.
must have missed it.
It
Let's
was
try that
only
again.
after the investigation had begun.
Let's try that
I
again.
found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Alright,
When I
now
pulled
let's
it
go
out,
back.
What I said makes total
Alright.
sense.
So I think I would slow
I
it
can tell
down.
you exactly
and-
when Ogre's
Body was discovered.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Right. I just
When
I
Sakura's
think I just
body was
clicked a little
found,
bit to the
that
side.
magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby.
Yes,
That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation.
exactly.
And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
You're just digging a hole.
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it?
Because you're lying.
All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko.
Nope.
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Because Sakura didn't have any blood on her
Actually,
fingers.
can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
She did?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
Nope.
100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
But you've done nothing but lie, my guy. Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There is no way Sakura wrote that message. I agree. There is no way, because she didn't have blood on her fingers. Alright,
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occultist bullcrap.
I forgot.
Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right.
I forgot how I reload, so hopefully
The
I figured
occultist
it out.
bullcrap.
And I forgot how to reload. I gotta check. How do I reload my bullets? Where is the reload? Tab. Okay.
The end is
Tab.
nigh.
Tab.
Show me the proof.
And then he implemented. So he implemented his tempo down. Oh wait, no, not tempo down. It was. I always forget every time. Fever time, space key. So I will do. Okay, I'm gonna do.
I'm at least 30% right. The occultist bullcrap. Give it a rest.
Ooh, I can do more than one. That's nice.
I'm at least 30% right. The occultist bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm
end
at
is
least
nigh.
30% right.
Uh-oh.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
There we go. It says Kyoko's examination summary destroys his argument. Alright. So
I'm
let's see.
completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message.
Right.
Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger.
But there was no blood on her finger.
Both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Yep.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
The killer,
Hiro
I
could
think.
very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because you were trying to frame Toko.
Because I killed her!
Uh-oh. You're admitting to killing her? Okay, so now I instantly think Hiro didn't kill her. I think he just thinks he killed her.
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. That explains how he knew. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape.
Or maybe she was going to end herself, I don't know.
So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
Okay.
I hit her from behind, before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that.
Yeah, I don't think that
Once it
killed
was
her.
over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
Nope, I don't
You're
think
not
so.
gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
But that wasn't
You're
him.
ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
Nope, I'm
No,
not.
I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Yep.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
How was the door closed if he just left? So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What he would have had to do after writing the message, it doesn't make sense. Why the magazine was hidden. Yeah, why would you hide it?
I got it!
It makes no sense. That
That's
was what I was
true.
saying.
Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Nope.
Huh?
That's
By
right.
the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf.
Upside down, but back on
Why
the
would
shelf.
you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Exactly, which is why I didn't think, one of the two reasons I didn't think Sakura wrote it either.
Oh. Well,
You didn't think this through, my guy.
I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Which means the real killer
Really?
did.
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
Is it Toko? Did you find the name
I don't
and
see
hide
any
it?
reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Oh, Toko.
Then
You know
he's
what?
not
What if
lying?
all three of them contaminated the scene? Like, Hiro contaminated it initially. What if Toko went in there and hid the magazine and wasn't the killer? This is getting interesting.
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
Okay.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine,
You know, it could be Toko. Poison seems like a thing that she might do,
they must not have liked what was written on it.
right? Someone who wouldn't like what had been written. There's only one choice. Toko.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right?
Yeah. That's
Who
what I
else would want
think.
to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Oh, maybe it was.
Is he right, Toko?
And that's why she
Did you really go to the rec room?
Genocide Jack's name now.
Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right?
No.
Hiro just admitted it.
But I didn't kill her.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't, guys.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
Most definitely not.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
More stuff happened.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
Alright, let's get our facts straight. We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. What are we going to use to prove it? Maybe. So we had Kyoko's examination study, status of Sakura's body, and the yellow powder.
I didn't want to, but I did it.
Of Sakura's
I
body.
grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby,
The yellow
and
powder.
I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
That's right.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Oh, but
After
she
the
had
first swing,
two
the
hits.
bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer.
Let's see. Hiro hit Sakura, that's for sure, but this doesn't end there. There's something that proves that the wounds on her head.
I didn't want to, but I did it.
I wonder if I don't know
grabbed
if
a
I need
Monokuma
to
bottle from the
take
shelf nearby,
one of the other arguments.
and I
or
hit
not.
Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
That's right.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Oh,
After the first swing, the bottle shattered.
okay.
And
See?
Let me try
Hiro
it
really
one more
is
time.
the killer.
I may
I
need to
didn't
grab
want
that
to, but
just once.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle and I hit Ogre from behind before she could.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, so I wasn't sure. Sometimes these are a little unclear as to whether you're going to grab
If
an
Sakura
argument.
died from Hiro's single blow, that
Right.
doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Exactly.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And 2 bottles.
And
were
remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
missing. You really can't figure it out, my guy.
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
That's right.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head?
The experiment.
She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's
Yes.
not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles
There's
themselves.
2 missing. And the
There's
shards.
something very suspicious about those bottles.
Yes.
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
Right.
Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right?
Yep.
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That's right.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
Yep.
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle.
Okay.
But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
Right.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you
Chess
look at what the
pieces.
bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
They had chess pieces. The correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be it's the object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Yep. Hangman's Gambit. Chess piece. So, let's look. Chess. Come on. I need an E. I need an S. Where's S? S. There's. Nope. S. Alright. P. Ah! Give me my P. Now my E. E! And now another E. Where's the E? There's the E. Oh, I guess I have to hit it a couple of times. The color.
Now I understand.
It's not a one-shot thing. I get it now. For some reason, I thought it was a one-shot.
That's
it may
it.
have been at the beginning.
The chess pieces.
But now it's multiple times. Yes.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
Yep.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was...
a knight.
The knight, if I remember.
That's right.
So, what's that matter?
The queen is missing.
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
Yep.
And on the ground was the knight.
Which means the queen was missing.
So the queen is missing.
That's right.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
Sort of.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
You're just changing the subject, guys.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case.
But it does.
That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
Incorrect.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
Because of the
How
shard.
is it clear?
The glass
Think about
shard.
what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing, it was broken.
I got it! The bottle
Yep.
must have been broken,
That's correct.
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Yeah, it was obvious.
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
That's
And
right.
what is this evidence?
It's the experiment. It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is Kyoko and I figured it out before. It's the experiment. Where is that? Monokuma bottle experiment.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment.
Yes.
We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles.
And it was heavier because there's extra
And what we
pieces
found
in
was that the
there.
collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Yep, she probably just took the top and the bottom, the top and the bottom and the queen piece and took those. But left all the little broken
So
shards.
from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime.
Yep.
But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces,
Just a few.
which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
Not without a scale.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because they're the murderer.
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's second attacker.
I got it!
Bowling aficionado.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle.
And I bet I know where Toko was hiding. I bet she was in the locker waiting.
Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow.
Because there was no glass when he did it.
Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Not the first time she's been
And
accused.
there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
Oh?
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Now I'm not so sure.
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
This is such a
I'm
mixed
not
up
afraid to
case.
admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Now you're all calm and cool and collected.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
He's mighty quiet. I'm
It
still
was right
suspicious
after I
of
got
the
Ogre's
Akira.
note.
Alright, so what?
I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
Oh? You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I
Aha!
assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
She was hiding in the locker.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
Why?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Okay,
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
agree.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
I know that.
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Yep.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
Oh? No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof to show Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. So far, you've probably been pressing left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the Q key or use the mouse wheel. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purpose, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you! Well then, good luck and have fun. We're halfway through the game and over half of the people are dead. That's disturbing. Alright, let's see.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie. That's enough.
Alright, so now I gotta pick glass
That's
shards on the floor.
enough.
Hiding in the rec room, don't be ridiculous. Lock or hammer it. There we go.
This should prove it.
Yes. Oh, destroyed. Your argument is
Did you know
destroyed.
someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker?
Of course she didn't, or she'd have cleaned it up.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
Does it?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Indeed.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Okay.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Yep.
Then you killed Sakura!
Nope.
No,
don't think
I
so.
swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
I don't think either one of
Give
them
us the
killed her.
details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
The only reason Sakura
Now.
went down is because she had 3 people ganging up on her.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Good. She wasn't happy about
Well.
that.
That's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
Yep.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling.
Oh.
And when I turned around,
What was there? Oh, it was Sakura.
there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me.
Oh, man.
When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Genocide Jack. There we go.
Guess who's back?
Indeed.
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Oh, what's
Just
going on
answer
now?
the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Oh, he's sweating now.
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake.
Oh.
Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see...
Yeah. No, it was Sakura.
Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that.
Oh, man.
And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible.
Yes, you are.
No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
Oh, man.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
Makes
I
sense.
wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
I think you're already in it, my guy.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Yep, this is the
Even
actual
as strong as she
killer.
is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
I don't think
Hey,
that's
come
it.
on.
Or,
That's,
I don't think that's the
you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that, and
Well,
Hina's gonna...
That's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh?
Oh?
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Uh-oh. Was this a case of an accidental death? Was it really Hina?
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted.
Okay.
Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
All
Your
right.
wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Uh-oh. Who was it? Yellow powder. I think that's going to be the one that we need.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
Wait,
So
but
you smashed
what?
her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
That's
And where
not
did
right.
the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. killed her there in front of the shelf.
Okay, so if the second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura, then the problem is, where did Sakura die?
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
She wasn't covered in blood.
Shoot!
Must be a contradiction. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna have to listen to this one. I'm not sure. I think maybe my bullets
I
don't
was
make
just
sense.
sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
Covered in blood.
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Okay, I think maybe that's the one that is... So if the second shot from Toko is what killed... She
I was
wasn't...
just sleeping peacefully.
She wasn't dying.
And
I'm
all of a
gonna
sudden, Sakura,
try
I remember waking up
You were
this
taken by
one
surprise. You smashed her.
on
And where did the attack take place?
where she was
right
taken.
where I woke up.
Oh.
I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
Right. Because something was up right there. There's no blood in front of the shelf.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
That's right.
If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
Exactly.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
Now I'm concerned. It was it Hina? That has to be it. The evidence that proves there is an attack in front of the magazine shelf. There was... Where was it? It was the blood in front of... Yeah, the magazine shelf bloodstain.
I got it!
Right,
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf.
right. But she didn't die
The
there.
blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Sakura, I don't think Toko could move Sakura.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
Yeah, I don't...
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Exactly.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Nope. There was at least one more person.
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained.
Exactly.
Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
Nope.
And while everything was all
locker
confused and
was
hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
Nope.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Because the locker was open. The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because I saw it for myself.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open.
Yeah, it was.
So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
Yeah.
How do you not know? You killed her!
But did she?
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
Uh,
You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
Exactly.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
Maybe Sakura closed the door
And?
herself.
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
That's because you're overlooking vital information.
It's the poison. Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's... What is it? Yellow powder. I think it's going to be the yellow powder. Because I think that's related to what killed
What
her.
was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack,
Okay.
then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Oh. Come on, Makoto. Don't climb up now.
Shoot!
Okay. Okay. So I think maybe I have to use those two against each other.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
And maybe...
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
If there's one place I might find a clue, it would have to be written in there. That's going to be the Monokuma
What
file.
was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot.
No, that's wrong.
Okay. So let's see what it says. She also was vomiting blood. That's
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood.
That's
I
right.
think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death.
Exactly.
In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood.
No, it wouldn't have.
Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
She's just very thorough.
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
Exactly.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely,
Poison.
Sakura was poisoned.
Exactly.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
And now I wonder if there was even a killer. Did Sakura poison herself?
She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe?
That's what I wonder.
Then let me
She said
explain
she was going to
exactly how the
end it.
culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Okay, so let's...
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Yeah.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals.
Okay.
And that's where I found this.
Chem C9.
Is that the poison?
That was in the A cabinet.
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But
Okay.
the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Yeah.
Where'd you
cabinet
find it?
A.
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and
It was
C.
in the supplement shelf.
In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety
seems
of
like-
lethal chemicals.
A terrible way to organize your chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Like, why would you put your chemical, your deadly poison, so close to something you ingest? That
Well,
this is a murder
that's the
school,
question,
but
isn't
still.
it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just told us. I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as all the supplements. I'm positive it was in section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Exactly.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
So who was it?
What do you mean?
Uh-oh.
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips, and
Master!
we were shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble!
Oh, someone swapped the poison bottle.
You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, the poison was
I'm
in an
talking
A
about
bottle.
the protein, of course.
Protein?
Oh,
Can I see that bottle for a second?
somebody put
Oh,
the
sure.
poison
Do
in the
whatever you
bottle
like.
Sakura had. Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched the finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Uh-huh.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
Yeah.
Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Into Sakura's pouch. The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which means that conversely the poison must have been in, could it be, was in her water bottle. Or her let's see, protein drink. Okay, so T. Next one I need is T. E. And N. Get that in. D. I. N. Where's an N? Give me an N. There's an N. There we go. Protein drink.
Now I understand.
It was in her protein drink.
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can.
Man.
Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
But who did that?
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her
Hina?
something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Uh-oh. Something at the scene. A protein drink? A cup filled with water? Was it a cup filled with water? Or protein drink? I mean, the protein drink was... I'm gonna say that.
You're
That
saying they
bottle
gave
was
her
there.
a protein drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
Yep.
What?
Uh-oh.
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
Oh, man.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
Oh?
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was
The
left in the
footprint.
chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them. It must be what we found in front of the shelf. That's the footsteps. The footprints in the powder. Alright, so someone had left footprints in the powder spilled in the chem lab. Yeah,
I got it!
that's what it
Footprints
was.
left behind in front of the shelf.
I still don't know how
That's the
Sakura
evidence
got
you're
the yellow
talking about,
powder on
isn't
her
it?
shoe, though.
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison.
Right?
The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how
Maybe?
clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then, Ogre's killer was...
Yep, I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
Why, though?
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Hiro and Hina? Well, Hina.
I got it!
I guess it's gotta be Makoto and
Me and
Hina.
Hina are the only ones.
Oh, because
so
Hiro
Byakuya.
wears flip-flops.
That explains why you...
Oh, why he asked to see the footsteps. These footprints must be Makoto. Are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Hina.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began.
Yeah, she's
You
been
were in
very
an awful
eager.
rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
Yep.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
But why?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way.
Oh?
Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction.
Yeah.
Hina used that trust to kill her.
Oh, man.
She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Yeah, indeed.
Hina, is it true?
Oh, man.
Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
So much for being
I
Byakuya.
found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it. All at once.
Oh, Hina, you're the worst.
Hold it.
Oh, something's not right.
I'm not convinced.
Okay,
You're
Kyoko.
not about
Are
to
you gonna
claim
save
she
her?
wouldn't kill a close friend, are you?
Oh, maybe it is
You
Byakuya.
still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here.
This is
What
getting
matters
exciting,
is
guys.
outwitting the opponent, defeating them.
Is that
Not
what you're
a
doing?
person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
I mean, so far in this trial, we've had 3 confessions of murder, so...
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Okay.
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
How
Are
did...
you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Alright.
Well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Yep.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
See, now I'm suspecting you again, Byakuya.
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
He's getting upset.
Are you sure
now.
about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint?
Exactly.
It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
Because Sakura was gonna kill herself.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
Uh-huh. You were covering
You
for
didn't
Sakura.
notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Hmm.
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Okay, let's see.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
No?
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Maybe.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
Okay.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That's sus.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, then the footsteps wouldn't have been. Isn't that a little strange?
Can
Yeah,
you
the
repeat that
footsteps.
series of events one more time?
Yeah, the footsteps wouldn't have
What's
been.
wrong with you, Big
just
Mac?
A.
You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Until we get the truth. How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Which is just so convoluted. The more convoluted we go. What is it? Footprints in the powder. That's which one it's gonna be.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Right?
When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
That's
No,
not right.
that's wrong.
Because there's no footsteps.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yep.
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein.
Not possible.
But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A.
Right?
That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple.
Yep.
If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A.
Yep.
So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
well, you see...
What the? What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to
new
submit
evidence.
some new evidence.
Exciting.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
Oh, really?
I did?
He's getting nervous.
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Oh?
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
Now I'm curious.
I found this.
A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for
The
that.
glass from the window?
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Okay, so it's the glass.
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
It's from the window, right? The shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison. I think I remember now. I broke something the same shade of blue. It's the rec room window.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
Did he replace
The
it
window?
after locking the door?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
Right?
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question.
Why is it in the protein bottle or in the poison bottle?
How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it that the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us, it should have been on section A of the shelf.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
Yep.
And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
I don't know about
In
everything.
reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room.
Okay.
It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
Yeah. So
And
how
then,
did it get
once
there?
the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab.
Which was obviously a
Meanwhile,
person.
the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there.
Yeah.
That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
Oh, he's getting nervous.
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
Because it was on top
We
of glass.
already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that.
Yeah.
But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Okay.
Huh?
What do you
It
want
has to
confirm?
do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
Okay.
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Let's see if anyone
Well,
says anything.
no, not that I remember.
Oh, you just buried
Yeah,
yourself.
me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
That's right.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. Easy peasy. It's because it was sitting on top of glass. Source of the protein, empty protein drink. I think it's empty protein drink.
When it comes to
Okay.
that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind.
Okay.
Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
Right?
No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
No, it wasn't. When the locked room was unlocked, in other words, when I broke the window, if I concentrate on that, all right.
When it comes to that, there's not a doubt until it absolute.
So someone planted it there?
All right.
It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before.
All right.
No, that's wrong.
That's right, because it was sitting on top of the shards of glass, which it couldn't have been
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around
if
the room,
the
right?
glass had been broken after.
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
That's right.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken.
Right.
So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone
now
had
you're
moved the
going
can
to
or
try.
tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison and not the protein can.
Right.
But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
Yep.
if that's all
I
true,
think
then
Hina was
why did
covering
Sakura
up.
drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she
Yeah.
drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
She couldn't live with the shame of
Precisely.
dishonor.
She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
And Hina covered
Such
it
a
up.
ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
No, I think Sakura got it herself.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room, it had to have been Sakura.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Exactly.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
Yep.
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
Yep.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. That's gonna be the yellow powder. Alright.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you!
Oh, whoops. I forgot about the bullets reloading.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm
Ah!
telling you, I did it!
I have no
Stop
sense of rhythm.
talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're
right.
wrong! Wrong! You're wrong!
We're not wrong. Alright, so the final strike is gonna be...
Do
the
you have
powder.
any kind of proof Sakura took
This
this?
should prove it.
Yep, she took the poison because she had the poison on her shoes.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck
She's
to
the
it?
one that spilled the yellow powder.
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab.
Yep.
That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Exactly.
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
She went to get the poison.
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura.
Exactly. So there is no murderer here.
And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself.
Right.
But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
Okay.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
I'm just trying to cover. The one that killed Sakura, the connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. Select someone? Can I select? I guess I can select Sakura herself. So let's select Sakura.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
He's so
Wait,
shocked.
so you're saying it was suicide?
Apparently.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up.
Yeah.
Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life.
That's why
And
she
that
was
explains
weakened.
why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Sakura wanted to create a locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did.
Exactly.
She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and
was
snuck it
Hina.
out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina?
Yeah. She didn't
You
want to
did
believe.
it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it?
Trying to hide the
Once
fact
you were
that
at the chem lab, you headed
Sakura
straight
killed
to the
herself?
section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
Yep.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room,
I got everyone. Oh, Ogre. Oh, so she said, huh? Sakura's been killed? I see.
while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body.
Yep.
The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation.
Yep.
As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death.
Right.
That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
He looks like his brain's about to explode.
No! No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
Now she's sad that her friend is
It's
dead.
not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. You have to end this properly.
Alright. So, the first thing we have is Sakura wanted to talk to Hiro, Toko, and one other person. Byakuya? Okay. Okay. Toko got to the rec room early and hid somewhere. It was in the lockers. Alright, what do we got over here? What was in the Monokuma bottle that hit Sakura? The Hiro hit Sakura with. That was the night piece. Okay. And what did Hiro try to do to cover up the murder he thought he committed? That was to type or to spell, Toko's name. Okay, then he ran away. At that point, Toko, who was in the locker, let me look at the other locker piece. I wonder if it's this locker. Okay, that looks more like she's going in. This one looks like she's coming out. So she came out. And then what did she do with the magazine that had the dying message written on it? She put it in upside down, right? And then what was in the Monokuma bottle that Genocide Jack hit Sakura with? That was the queen piece. Okay. And then what actually killed Sakura came from the chem lab, right? That was the chemical. Alright. And then there was someone or something on the floor near Sakura's body which someone grabbed. That was the empty bottle of poison, right? Is that it? Alright, and then what was it that they switched with the bottle of poison? That was her protein. Alright,
Here's exactly what happened.
Let's see how we did.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Did we get it? Oh, okay. Alright, so we need to swap those. Okay, so that would be the locker one over here. So then this, when she's in the locker, she came out. I guess it makes sense, she was sweating before. Now this one is going to be her going into the locker.
Here's exactly what happened.
Now let's see.
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Alright, so this should be good. Alright, there we go.
And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight.
Alright.
Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro.
Okay. He gave her some candy.
When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime.
Right.
He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name.
Toko's name.
Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her.
Exactly. And then he
But
ran
of
away.
course,
like
Toko
we
had
think.
witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear,
She came out of of the locker.
She jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others.
Okay.
But in her rush, she made one little mistake.
Yeah.
She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted.
Oh, Sakura just wanted to help.
This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out.
And overreacted.
And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head.
Yep.
Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence.
Giving the bottles and the queen
She
piece.
gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon.
Yeah.
But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death?
The chemical.
It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture.
Yep, that probably just hastened her decision
And there, she took
Getting
her final
attacked by
breath.
them. She couldn't believe that everyone would
Later
think she
on,
was this
the
terrible
rest of us
person.
discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground.
Put the chemical.
And while nobody was looking,
Protein
replaced it with an empty protein can.
Yep.
They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort
Miss Hina.
was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case.
Yep.
Sakura took her own life,
Hina's upset
and you
by
claim
that.
to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you...
He can't stand the fact that Makoto is smarter.
How did you
than
manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
him. I'm just smarter than you.
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated.
Exactly.
That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See, didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Exactly. Now he's gonna have to reevaluate his life. Alright, so how did we do? Let's see. Hey, good. It's not bad. 95 medals. Nice.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote.
Alright.
So, who will be chosen as the blackened?
Well, Sakura.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
It's gotta be Sakura. Poor Sakura. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Of course it's Sakura. We all know. And she's already punished, so they won't have to be an execution this time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So, that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her, so that's why...
You should have been the one to die!
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
What?
Before serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? I can believe it. Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her. And Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me...
I can't forgive
my
this!
closest friend got hurt. Sakura.
I...
Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. Huh? You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even
Hina.
you... Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
This is Sakura. She was very honorable. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... Yup. Hero hit her. Coco hit her. You trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you'd pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
I'd like some protein. Could I ask you to... Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf, Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura,
Please!
let me in. Please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? That's what I'm saying. She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it, and that just added to the weight that she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina, we killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey! Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but...
Hey!
It's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion of what her suicide note meant?
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed!
Don't you think the entire Foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this? The Last Testament.
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. Well, what? But Hina already...
Too bad!
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true!
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What? Then you lied to me?
Unbelievable!
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now,
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little...
Damn it!
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around.
Phew!
Even if the will had been factored in, it still would have been between you guys.
Shing!
So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene cut.
And?
So then what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey! Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on!
Isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed!
Okay. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. We didn't hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Lies. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
Oh. I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I am so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close, and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was, like, totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
That's right. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either.
Ooh.
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What? That's not how this is supposed to go.
How strange.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew!
Ah, lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat
There's
myself.
no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. But Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go, and if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still going to be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about the good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish
It's the
you
moment
guys?
you've all been waiting for. Punishment time.
What?
Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna...
But...
Is it me?
Wrong!
Oh, heavens no. Just because the blackened is dead doesn't mean I can sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bear times one rule.
Listen up!
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste.
Yahoo!
So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Alright, so what's gonna go on here, I wonder? A special guest? Uh-oh. It's Chihiro. It's the AI. Uh-oh. Oh no. What is going to happen? Oh no. Oh no. You're going away, aren't you? Oh no. Excavator Destroyer? Bye. Oh. That's just rude, you jerk. That's just messed up. The AI didn't even do anything to you. You just wanted to take away everybody's hopes. I guess they found him on the network in the secret room. That's a shame. Oh no. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk.
Phew!
That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about that grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at. Oh man.
So?
Poor alter ego. I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this.
But
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still.
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Bye, alter ego. Alter ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut up. He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism, where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. He was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So, of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad, like just unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go.
Hello.
Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina, there's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully, it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know how.
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But...
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, no matter what, and that's seriously it. What? That's not how she talks. Huh? Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die, she'll fight you? Well, whatever, who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Ugh. Those are his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school? The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What the mastermind did... what did the mastermind do to us? I wonder. I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. I don't think so. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So the class trial is over and Monokumo's gone.
But...
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up? Yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But, Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Then I'll try. That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag? What?
No!
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball, 'cause you are, sleazeball.
I see.
Apparently you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends.
No!
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse give and take. Me. I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. Oh boy. I can feel the tensions building up. And so Sakura's class trial came to an end and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us. Oh boy. It's nighttime.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime.
Time for bed.
Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
All right. Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Uh-oh. What? Wake up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. What is this? Oh, it's Kyoko.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
How did she get in our room?
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door? It was unlocked. You are unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey.
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock. In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Well, let's ask her. It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered, "The data center on the 4th floor." What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. Oh, the mysteries abound. But that is where we are going to wrap it up in today's episode. I hope you enjoyed seeing the class trial. It had a sad ending. I still feel bad that Sakura is gone. She was one of my favorites. But now we have this new mystery of the data center to find out, because remember, there's a class rule that says if we break into a locked door, that's against class rules. So how are we going to get into the data center? Maybe Kyoko has found a way. But that will have to wait until next week's episode. So until then, bye.